Fear is not there to stop you. It's there to show you that you're interested and you care. Don't make permanent decisions on temporary emotions. If you put her on a pedestal, she has no choice but to look down on you. People give you advice based on their perspective. Not everything in your brain needs to come out of your mouth. Don't do anything that you'll have to lie about later. Light travels faster than sound. That's why some people appear bright until you hear them speak. Don't look for happiness. It's always inside you. You owe nothing to your younger self, but you owe everything to your present self.
Welcome to the world premiere Word on the Streets. Welcome to the world premiere Word on the Streets. And now, ladies and gentlemen, this is the moment you've all been waiting for. Please, put your heart and hands together for our hosts, extraordinaire and the amazing Keith Fletcher.
And good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the world premiere Word on the Streets. I am extraordinaire. And of course, with the one you all really came to see, the amazing Mr. Keith Fletcher.
Now, we know that's not true. We know that's not true. But I'm glad to be here. What's going on, extraordinaire? What's going
Oh
on?
man, what's happening, Mr. Fletcher? What's happening, my brother? Good to see you, man. Talk to me. Talk to us.
Good to see you, man, in them streets, man. The sun that came out a little bit now. It's been raining out here in Texas. So how y'all doing out there with the
Oh
weather?
man, it's really getting ready to pour down something nasty any minute now over here.
Yeah, it was raining. It rained pretty rough over here, but sun is out now. I'm glad the rain will come yard, man. Any rain come in Texas, my yard, my trees looking because I've been working on my yard and my grass, and so I'm glad about it. But I'm glad it's over too. But I'm happy about getting that rain and getting my yard and taking care of my bush. I got my boys out there digging the weeds out the grass. So yeah, I'm excited about the water for that. That I ain't spending none of my sprinkler system, ain't running my water. So I take that free water anytime. But
I know that's right. I know that's right, my brother.
I
Look,
don't have that problem. Your yard growing green in Louisiana. Yeah.
not yet, but man, last summer the grass was brown. It was so
Oh yeah,
hot.
it was rough like that. Oh
It was
wow.
it was scorching brown, man. It was so
Yeah.
terrible last summer, but. But before I go on, Fletcher, I don't want to miss this opportunity like I did on the last show. So I want to get this love out of my heart, out of my mouth right now. Ladiana, Ladiana, I see you. What's up, girl? Good to have you here on World Premiere Word on the Streets. I apologize. I'm so sorry I missed giving you a shout out on the last show, but I wanted to make sure you be the first person I recognize on this show. I see you too, Selena. What's up, darling?
Yeah.
Welcome to the World Premiere Word on the Streets. Go ahead on, Fletcher.
Oh no, I'm good. Hey, how you doing, Selena Ladiana? Glad that you're here. So we get this show. Extraordinary. He done baked up a good one in the oven tonight. He done got one in the oven tonight, man. He gonna put it out and we're gonna spread it out and dish it out to y'all tonight. That's good.
Yeah, yeah. It's you know what? Uh, all of our shows are good, friends, because they mean so much to Fletcher and I because what we bring to you are personal experience that we both are dealing with, have dealt with, or perhaps will deal with. There's no fake, There's no pre-rehearsal about, man, when I say this, you say that. We don't do any of those things. If I did, if any of you all know Fletcher like I do, he's not the one to play that game.
Mm.
We did that, he would call me out live. And so I'm not even going to play that game because I don't want to be called out on this live program, Fletcher. He's not that type of dude. Y'all know him. Y'all see him often on Facebook. He go live 2 or 3 times a week. So I said all of that, friends, because as Fletcher said, this show is it's a powerful, packed show as much as the others. Now, what make this show here so special? Number one, we already know whenever you throw the word money or finance in the loop of anything, you automatically capture people attention. Why? Because money is that one thing. It's that one thing that we all work for, search for, seek for, hope for. Money. It's been drilled in our mind over and over and over again. Money makes the world go round. And if it wasn't for the positivity of the expression, then it had also been drilled in our mind the negative of money. Boy, you know money don't grow on trees. So we've been brought up with a lot of attention placed on money, on finance. So if nothing else, for nothing else, we think we think this show might be interested to you. What say you, my brother?
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, we've been money. You know, we had the discussion about start talking about that money and people money. We start people gonna perk up and sit up. But some people, a lot of people gonna sit back and hold their pockets. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? They're gonna squeeze it tight. You know, it's personal. So yeah, this show here is to get you to release it. You know what I'm saying? To get you to feel free. You know what I'm saying? To free your mind on money. To open up experience about what money really is. You know what I'm saying? Understanding that the money is not important. The relationship, the bringing the value, that's the stuff, and how to make the money. That bring the money to you. So the skills. You know what I'm saying? Like they say, the skills to pay the bill. We should have stayed more about that, but there's more about the skill and the money will come. So we just trying to show you different ways, not just our way, different ways to deploy your money or to receive your money, what to do with your money. That's what it's about. Showing you different ways to employ your money and have your money work for you instead of you working harder than your money. That's what it's about.
And you see, even right there, Fletcher, we can just maybe start cutting the cake right on that point right there. Because so often early on in my past, and perhaps in yours, I'm definitely not going to speak for you, but in my past, this thing about money, it was never really talked about that much, and definitely not from the viewpoint of getting the skills, then you would get the money.
Mm-hmm.
Skills wasn't even part of the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying, my brother?
Yeah, yeah.
So and here we are, here we come now, communicating to our community that money is just a byproduct. In fact, personally, from my viewpoint, this is from my only, I think we spend far too much energy on money, whereby, as Fletcher indicated, uh, and it's not just money, because let me say that, let me back up a little bit. It's not just about the money, friends. You see, all of these things are interconnected. It's really all about you. It's all about how you think and how you react, your emotions, And yes, as Fletcher just indicated about your skills, but your skill still goes back to you. And what has happened, Fletcher, we have placed things out of order, which is why it falls and fails like a domino effect. And when it falls like a domino effect, we're deflated, we're discouraged, and we don't want to try it again
Mm.
because we tried it from the mountaintop instead of trying it from the foundation. I hope y'all understand what I'm saying. You see, we started off about the money. That's the mountaintop. The foundation is preparation. Can I get a amen? Can I get a boom shaka laka boom? Fletcher, talk to me, bro.
Yeah. The part with the money, man, the relationship with the money. Like I said, we've been taught money, but we should have been taught about just like some simple as getting a job or getting the skills. Now, if you don't know how much money you pull, you didn't negotiate what you should be getting paid. You know, some people like say you do a job for somebody. It's hard. It's hard for people to say how much it's worth. Do you know how much it's worth that job really is worth? You know what I'm saying? For you, you know what I'm saying? Understanding those things. So you've been marketed how to spend money. You've
Hmm,
been marketed how to for
hmm,
people to take your money, but
hmm.
you ain't been marketed how to make your money and make your money work for you. You know what I'm saying? The right way to deploy your money, but you've been marketed how to spend your money, to use your money, where your money should go, how to someone else. And I think, and see now, if you haven't been taught how to negotiate your money, you know, to know what your worth is with your money, how money works, you know what I'm saying, what money is really used for, but you just been told you get your money, you work it out, you spend your money. And they got all these things to spend your money. They said the mega dream, you know what I'm saying, how to spend money, having these things, they betray you, showing you what your money do for you, how you should spend your money. This how a person looks at money, you know. So now you've been told what to do instead of shown what to do.
Man, that's so well said. What he just said is that we're used to spending money. It's almost like we on automatic reflex. Isn't that
Mhm.
true, friend? We spend money automatically. And one of the things that keep a recurring theme keep going over and over and over in my mind, Fletch, is that why do I keep sabotaging my financial success? Why do we keep sabotaging ourselves? Why is it that when we start making a plan, working the plan, get a little income, start moving ourselves out of the hole, out of the pit hole that we dug ourselves in, and then all of a sudden we get a little elbow room and pull ourselves perhaps even deeper than we did before. As I dug on that question and got a little deeper, Googling and trying to find an answer to that question, I discovered and found out that they said that oftentimes when we self sabotage ourselves like that over money, it has a lot to do with, let me make sure I get this right, friend, often stems from limited belief. What did my parents teach me about money? What did my surrounding teach me about money? So when you have limited belief about money, it seems that it's easy to get distracted when you start trying to understand money. But one thing we understand very easily because we've seen it happen the way that we've seen it happen all our life, we're very good at spending it. At least from my viewpoint growing up, and I'm guilty. What I saw was you save, You get what you save for, and then you spend it and you get more. Very, I don't know if I even had the review of going back of someone showing me the purpose, what you do with the money that you save. How can you make that money grow? What investment can you use that money for? I can't tell you that I can remember that, but this is where we are today, and this is where we would like to communicate to you today about money and a whole lot more. Fletcher, hopefully you can clear that up for me a lot better than I just said.
Well, it's I think what it is all about your desire, you know, and I think that's the bottom line. You know, you starting out young, they just say young, and you starting out, what are your desires, what are your dreams? You know what I'm saying? What do you want out of life? And see, that take that we didn't know, that I didn't know, I'm gonna speak for myself, that take research. You
Mm,
know, I had my daughter and I adopted my niece. So I'm saying both my they told me they wanted to be and my son. They said that my sons don't want to be a football player. My daughter wanted to be an esthetician, and my other daughter she wanted to be a cook. So I made them do a book report. I said, go give me a report. I want to telling me each of those jobs, how much they pay, what it take, and all I'm saying. I want you to do it, and then do a PowerPoint and tell me about it. Needless to say, when they got my daughters, they got one over to cook. You like, yeah, cook don't make no money, daddy. And the esthetician, like, yeah, you know, you pay for the money to go to school. Now you got to go and work under somebody. The money, I say, at the end of the day, both of those you got to learn how to run a business. You know what I'm saying? So you, if anything, you want to be a business owner. You know what I'm saying? Just being a cook, you're gonna be a cook in your kitchen, or you're gonna be a cook in an IHOP. What kind of cook do you want to be? You know what I'm saying? So you need to dig deeper. So understanding, have an understanding where you going. You know what I'm saying? Finding the information, how much do they make? Okay, now you start looking at what do your dreams, you know, I want a big house. What size house you want? What kind of car you want? You know, these are things that you know you take for granted. Well, I want to have this and I want, but can you ask me what it takes to get those things? How much that house gonna cost? I had my oldest son and his girlfriend. They went look at some houses. They went to look at $1 million house, and I would break it down. Okay, now you're going to put 5% down on $1 million. I started telling the numbers, you know, and what it is, men lie, but numbers don't lie. So when you start knowing the numbers and knowing what it takes, now the question is, are you willing to do the work to get that? You know what I'm saying? Are you willing to do the work to do get those things? Then now to have that, I gotta have patience, understanding. So what kind of skills? If I want that million, what kind of skills that are gonna pay that I need to have to make that type of money to live like that? Now and then if I got a wife, now I'm just thinking about myself. What about my wife? Now if I want kids, how many kids? Okay, if I have my kids, what I gotta have a future bill for them. So you start sitting out this stuff and writing it all out, and you start seeing it. Then once you get it all set, you go in there sitting out, tell people, go inside and start putting the pictures, moving the pictures in the wall, change the room colors. You know what I'm saying? How things look, and then re-engineer yourself back to where you at. But see, that take time. That take dedication. It takes a minute, you know what I'm saying, to do that. So that's one of the things right there. Learning yourself, understanding what you really want. And I think, like I tell about me, I was in the wind. I had no idea what I really wanted. I just wanted to, you know, probably get me a nice little car, pay my bills. You know, I didn't even know what bills think about just pay to pay, have some money in my pocket. Never matter how much money I have, how much I want to make, you know. So that was with me. And I think a lot of people are sitting there, they're not really sketching out their life. They're not really saying creating the life, because you can create the life you want, but it takes time and it takes work. But you got to know the life you want. And I tell my son, you know, they young, and I tell them that. So even like when you're young, you starting out something simpler. A kid, you know, we get our first job, taking that money and paying yourself, putting it in a Roth account or putting it in an account, a savings account, and start having a system set up so you don't spend your money. So you got to start a lot of this stuff. You start young, but when you don't know, you don't know. But starting young, man, your first job and understand the system of paying yourself first, preparing yourself, like just really putting a protection around you. You know what I'm saying? Put a hedge of a protection around you. Your car break down, something happen, have you some emergency funds set aside, and you start young doing that. That's the first step I would do, extraordinary. I know I went a little long, but that would be
Oh
out.
no, man, no, you didn't went long. You went just right.
Yeah,
I enjoy when you going deep like that, and
yeah.
not only do I, but I'm sure the listening audience does as well.
And let me
Because
say this, another thing that reading, man. That, a lot of this stuff, you know what I'm saying, we got to sit down
that's
and
right,
start reading, information,
right.
reading. And that's the other thing in our black community, we have a problem with people reading. People don't, our children, we don't like to read. You don't have a reading problem. So reading, but now they got audibles, you know what I'm saying? I can't see. So I have my audibles, I put on my phone, I order the books, you know what I'm saying? It stays on my in my audible thing, and I go read books about information, and get that focus on it. You know what I'm saying? But making the time out is another thing. Learning, because there's so much information out. The information is here, but having the time out and really focusing on what you really want to do and finding out. And what I love about YouTube and social media, we got the good and bad. But people that, like, just say you want to be an IT, or you want to go to AI, different jobs. Someone that had that job and they out here telling you about it. They telling you what to do, what to experience, how much it costs, how much they pay, what they do. They tell you, so you can look at the information, all the research, and get all what you want and find out how to get to that point. Then they got people on there teaching the stuff, showing you these things. So the information is there, but do you go look? You know what I'm saying? Seek and you should find. There's a lot of things. A lot of people, we stuck in our ways and we're not seeking. You know what I'm saying? We're seeking the wrong thing.
So really, you see, friends, it's what who do I have to become?
Yeah.
Who I have to become? What do I have to do? See, when we say it's not really all about the money is a byproduct, but it's more importantly of transforming the way you think. Not only about money, because you see, it spills over into your relationships as well, on the job, in the community. All of these things are interconnected. It's a mind thing, friends. And we have some notes we need you to
Step
check
one,
out.
set a clear goal. What situation do you want to prepare for? Maybe it's handling stress at work, speaking in public, or staying composed during a difficult conversation. Step two, engage all your senses. Close your eyes and picture the details of the situation. Where are you? What does the space look like? What do you hear? The more vivid your mental image, the better your brain can encode and strengthen the memory of the experience. Step three, visualize the process, not just the result. Walk yourself through every step leading up to success. If you're prepping for an important meeting, don't just picture yourself succeeding. Imagine yourself breathing deeply beforehand, calmly addressing questions, and feeling confident as you speak. Step four, practice regularly. Just like physical training, repetition matters. Even spending 5 minutes a day rehearsing your response to stress can make a big difference over time. Step five, pair visualization with action. Mental rehearsal is not a substitute for practice, it's a supplement. If you're preparing for a race, you still need to run. If you're preparing for a speech, you still need to refine your delivery. Visualization enhances what you're already doing by reinforcing positive neural pathways. A couple of things to watch out for. Don't let visualization turn into overthinking. You're practicing success, not mentally dwelling on failure. If negative thoughts creep in, reframe them. Instead of picturing things going wrong, visualize yourself handling obstacles calmly and effectively. Mental rehearsal is a tool, not a trick, but when used consistently, it can significantly enhance confidence, reduce stress, and improve real-world performance. So here's something you can do. Try a 5-minute mental rehearsal today. Think of a situation that you're preparing for. Close your eyes and mentally walk yourself through it step by step.
And friends, it's vitally important that we really challenge ourselves and start getting serious and real with ourselves. See, our thoughts oftentimes get in the way of us moving forward. Whether you want to admit that or not, It really doesn't matter because some things are true, whether we admit it or not. The truth is still the truth. We have a lot of, and this is why Fletcher and I, we say so often on this platform that personal development, developing yourself will be the key to you making the changes that you truly want to see in your life. You can say you want money. You can say you want X amount of dollars. You can say you want a certain kind of relationship, a certain kind of job, to live in a certain kind of home. But if you want those things and you keep living the way you've always lived, y'all know the definition of insanity. If you keep doing what you've always done, you will keep getting what you always got, what you always had. So, in order to get those things, in order to move forward, in order to transform from where you are and who you are, you're gonna have to work on yourself. Personal development, the way you think, the way you speak, the way you react. You have the power, friends. Don't let anybody dissuade you, confuse you, or bamboozle you. Trust me, we all have the power, but it requires some work to observe our thoughts and guard our thoughts. We just don't do it because we don't think it is affecting us. We don't see the effect because we keep being and doing the person we've always been, and we keep doing the things we've always done. So we don't really see the battle. But I promise you, if you would, you will see the struggle it is to make these changes intuitively with yourself. Because it really is a battle. I battle daily with myself making changes, and I still have a whole lot more work to do. Go ahead on, my brother.
Yeah. We talking about money. I think, you know, and I go through this all the time because I'm talking on Facebook and I'm talking on YouTube about personal, and also business, but getting a person to, and there's different levels, getting a person to move on something. Like if I want something to happen, like I say, in 3 years I'm gonna buy me another house. So that means just saying it, nothing's gonna happen. I can say it and I can hope and but soon as I say that, I gotta start doing some preparing. You know what I'm saying? So let's just say I want to start looking for my house. I'm going to see. I'm designing the house I want. I'm looking at how much the wood. So now, just say I'm a builder. Now I've found out the price. My house is going to cost me $500,000. I know I got to pay property tax. I got to pay insurance. So I start writing all these things down, doing the numbers, and so I come up with a number how much I got to pay monthly. Matter of fact, I got to say how much I got to put down. So how do I get to that number? You know, but the point is, I just right there by me saying it, I am creating a life for me. I am building something for me in the future. I'm here saying it, but this is something that's happening in the future. So now if I want to build it, I got to go find the land. How much the land gonna cost? What bank I'm gonna have to get? I can get a construction loan. What kind of loan I can get? I get 100% finances. I'm going through these things in my head, so I'm doing the work. Now I'm gonna step away from that and come back to that. Now I want a better job. I'm not making enough money. How much do I need? What do I want to do? Where I want to live? I want my son and daughter to go to this type of school. They gotta play. So I'm writing down all how much going out, how much coming in. I'm short. I need to make more money. I need to get skills to make more money. But I might have to go, or I might have to go get me a job driving Uber, or I might have to do something different. The point I'm saying is once you know these things, you should be intent. You should be moving towards that. You should be moving towards something in the future. You gotta have a say. Okay, now once I figured out, I have to do something now. I gotta move and say, okay, I don't have enough. Let me go drive for Uber. Uber, I can't say it for a little while. And see, I don't have to drive for Uber for the rest of my life because I have planned out how much, okay, they're going to pay me this if I do this on these days. And see, these things are you doing that you write in your life, you creating something. Like again, when I first started off, I never did none of those things. I never sit back and said what I would, yeah, one day I want a house. But we want a car. Yeah, I want a car. Never took my time out. What kind of car? Okay, I know I want that kind of car. Well, how much that car gonna cost? What's the interest rate on that car? If I get that car, man, I'm gonna have to get full coverage. See, we don't spend time in the area of figuring those things out. We just reacting instead of, what I'm saying, preparing. And we got to start learning how to prepare for things. That first off, we got to keep on dreaming. I was telling Straw there, I don't think we know what a more abundance is. Not even more abundance. I don't think we ever felt abundance. We say those things, but truly, what is abundance to you? You know what I'm saying? So abundance would be something that you wanted to be, something that you wanted, and it happened and came to permission, and it worked out fine. So to me, you know what I'm saying? So things that I did, something that I said, I have the power to say, I'm gonna do this, and it come to fruition, man, and it happens. All praises to the Most High. But I think we are going in the wind, blowing in the wind, and we making stuff so confusing when it was just that. What we're doing is we get the number and we said, okay, 2 + 2 is 4. Then we say 4 + 2, and we trying to put that as 10. No, 4 + 10. But no, if I move the 2 in front of the 4, 2 + 4 is no, that ain't 10. So we trying to fit something in that is not right. It's simple math. You got to do something. You got to improve yourself. You got to make way. You got to go make some more money and not what to do. That's just some more examples that I'm saying what we need to be doing. And it's just sitting down and really writing out your life and see again, that take things, different pillars we have. We got the spiritual health, physical health, mental health, financial health. And I'm telling you straight now, I add relationships, network, bringing value. Those things, because all those things, the least important thing on that list is money. All the other 4 things are more important than the money. Because if you do all those things right, because if you get sick, you have no physical health, you can't spend the money. You're in the hospital, you don't have the money to spend it. Mentally,
Can't enjoy it.
you can't enjoy it. Mentally, your mental mind messed up. You're all over the place. You don't know where to put the money, how much to save, what I should do this. Your kids, all you mentally, you can't enjoy it. You gotta have a spiritual bond, man. When all things said, a belief that spiritual to help you believe in yourself and forgive yourself, to be, do, and have spiritually, and then
That's
you're gonna
right.
need help. This
That's
world is
right.
built off of families. You cannot in this world do it by yourself.
And if you're in a toxic relationship, you won't enjoy it.
You won't enjoy it. See, so all these things come before money. That's what we're saying. So you get those things together, and then the money with. But if you got all them things messed up, like you said, even in a toxic relationship, and the money, it ain't gonna matter. You're gonna lose it all. So the money is, like you say, a byproduct of all those other things that you're coming through. But first, you got to sit down. First, you got to have the desire and passion to say, "This is what I want," and believe it. Be fruitful. Do multiply. Have, be, do, have, and like Sean say, if you're not, you gotta. It take time to become that person to be able to do those things, to have those things. But you got to become, and that's it. Transformation is the evidence of education. You got to educate yourself. You got to listen to. You got to get. You got mentors. You got all kind of people. You got to listen to somebody. Even like you said, even people I talk to people that, well, I'm good. I got me a car. I got me a house. I pay my bills. I got my, I got a little money saved, and that's it. I'm good. I don't have to. I don't have those problems. That's a lie. Your money could be working, still working for you, a better way. And see, we get to that point, you get older, then you stop. So you don't think that you're going to get to a point that you cannot make any more money. See, it's not enough. You get to a point to a certain age that your body can't work again. We're talking about physical or mental. Now your body can't work for you. Now you get a set income. You can't make no more money. Now what? The house start messing up. The car start messing up. What you going to do then? So these things got to be thought about. See, you get to a certain age, you got to put a hedge of protection around you. See, it's a different protection when you 20, 30, than you 60, 50, 60, 70. It's a different, it's different levels to this. But one thing who have the advantage is time. When you're younger, see, your young self can help your older self. And who you talk to that's older, I bet you they'll say, if they knew what they knew then, they would do things different. They would deploy their money different. They would set relationships different. They would do things different. They would take care of their body different. It had their mental, all these things with them 5 pillars, you would do those different. So that's what we had. That's what we build, and it take time. But when you're younger, you have more compound cycles. You have more compound. Compound is you got more compound to put your money, deploy your money. Your money is way valuable when you're younger than when you're older, because the compound cycles get smaller and smaller. Somebody young, like my granddaughter, she's 7, her compound cycle, infinite. Imagine when she in 50 years what her money can be worth if it's put in the right vehicle. Somebody 16, like my daughter, what their money could be put in the right vehicle. Somebody's 20, I tell my son he's 20, I say, your $1 is worth $80 in your future. And as he going, you see, these are things we didn't know about money. We have no idea about money, how taxes work. These are things they didn't teach us because they wanted to take your money. You are built to give money. You are marketed to give your money, but they're not teaching these things. They showing you where your money, but they're not telling you how your money should be worked. These are the things that we don't know about. And we'll get set in our old ways. Especially old, I tell people, I want to talk to the young people because the old people get set in their way. This is how I've been doing, and the Lord gonna take care of me. No, the Lord gave something inside you. That's that spiritual help. He gave you something in you that have understanding. He gave something that you can learn and understand better. So that's what about money. It's deeper than it. It's a relationship. I understand it's deeper than that. It's deeper than that, man. And that's what I try to get over to people. On this show, we trying to get over to you. You would go from the personal to the 5 pillars, understanding that. Extraordinary just show you steps. It ain't our way, it's a right way, a way. And everybody's way is gonna be different than the other way. Extraordinary way is gonna be different than my way. LaDonna way is gonna be different than Selena way. Different age brackets. All these things matter, and we don't even know. We don't even talk none of those things. And once you get those things and understand those things, it become a lot simpler. But the first thing, if you don't have no desire, no vision to get you to, of course, you're gonna sit back and say, "Hey, I'm good. Hey, I'm good right here. I don't need to do no more," because you have no desire. You have no vision. That's what it is. You just, but go ahead, Shorty.
Isn't it wonderful, friends? You get all of this. You get the best of both worlds. You get the important of personal development, financial talk, all integrated together in hopes to help you. Isn't this a fantastic platform? World premiere word on the streets. If you are enjoying what you are hearing right now, friends, please subscribe, click like, follow us, and share our link with other people. Fletcher and I would take a small, short break, but don't go anywhere. We promise to be back very shortly. Check this out in the meantime.
Summer is here. Are you ready to take your fitness to the next level? Whether you're running, lifting, swimming, or just getting those steps in, having the right smartwatch can make all the difference. I've put together a list of the 7 best smartwatches to help you track your progress, stay motivated, and crush your fitness goals this summer. If you're an iPhone user, this is the ultimate fitness companion. Heart rate tracking, ECG, GPS, plus seamless fitness plus workouts, the all-in-one package. For my Android users, this is the one to beat. Advanced health tracking, body composition analysis, and it even gives you a sleep score. Runners, listen up. This watch is built for endurance. GPS precision, VO2 max tracking, and a battery that goes the distance. Need to manage stress while staying fit. Fitbit Sense. 2 tracks workouts and stress levels with an electrodermal activity sensor. Athletes, this one's for you. Smart coaching, heart rate variability, and pro-level training insights. On a budget, no problem. The Amazfit GTR 4 is packed with features like GPS, over 150 workout modes, and a killer battery life. More about recovery than steps. Whoop 4.0 tracks strain, sleep, and stress, so you know when to push and when to rest. No matter your fitness level, there's a smartwatch to help you hit your goals this summer. Want to see all the details and get the best deals? Click the link in the description to check out my full breakdown and find the perfect smartwatch for you.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoy our content, please subscribe, hit like, and share. Our hosts empty their souls in hopes of turning on your inner light. They understand, once you discover your passion, there's no turning back. Extra and Fletcher will return after this short but powerful message, so stay locked in. Because what's coming next might just be the spark your spirit's been waiting for.
Let me tell you something that will shake the foundation of what you thought you knew about success. You are not waiting on success. Success is waiting on you. It's been standing by, ready to rush into your life the moment you align your thinking, your speaking, and your actions with what you truly desire. You don't have a money problem. You don't have a relationship problem. You don't even have a time problem. You have an alignment problem, and today we're going to fix that. You don't attract what you want, you attract what you are. This is one of the most misunderstood truths about the law of attraction. Most people believe that wanting something badly enough is enough to draw it into their lives. But desire alone is not the magnet. In fact, when you want something from a place of lack, you're sending a signal to the universe that you are incomplete. And that frequency repels rather than attracts. The energy of desperation, neediness, or emptiness tells the world that you are not aligned with what you seek. It tells the world that you are without it. When you say you want wealth, but carry a scarcity mindset, you will find yourself stuck in cycles of just getting by. That's because your core identity is rooted in struggle. Your thoughts, your beliefs, your habits, they all mirror that scarcity. And so even if an opportunity for wealth shows up, you won't be able to recognize it, receive it, or sustain it. Not because you didn't want it, but because you hadn't become someone who could handle it. You must transform your identity before you can transform your reality. This principle applies to every area of life. If you want love, but are walking around with unresolved trauma, insecurity, and bitterness, you won't attract a healthy relationship. You may attract someone, but not someone aligned with the love you truly desire, because your energy, your emotional state, your internal narrative, it all speaks louder than words. You can't attract what you haven't become, a safe place to hold. So the real work isn't in chasing the relationship. The real work is in healing and becoming the version of yourself who is ready for it. People often assume the law of attraction is passive, that if they just visualize and think positively, things will change. But attraction is not passive, it's active. You attract not with hope, but with embodiment. You must become the thing you seek. If you want success, carry yourself like someone who is successful now. Show up early, finish what you start, speak with confidence, not because you're pretending, but because you're training your nervous system to normalize the very thing you're asking for. The universe is always responding to who you are being, not.
I don't know if we still there, but the weather is kind of acting up. Are you still there, Fletcher?
Yeah. You can see, yeah.
Okay. Well, the point is, and what he's saying is what we've been saying this whole evening, friends, is that, you see, it's really not about the money, as we will reiterate it over and over and over again. In order to become something or get something, you yourself, myself, Fletcher himself, it's the work on the inside, is who we have to become. It's what real work is. It's really what the real work is. I can remember not very long ago, and Fletcher and I, we were talking about this maybe a couple of days ago. I can't remember, maybe yesterday. But I remember the days that when I would get my car clean, just got paid, car clean, looking good. So I'm thinking, and I'm going out to have a good time. And during that time of my life, having a good time was always spending money. I mean, it wasn't just good enough that you got paid, you clean your car, you got on your outfit that your favorite, you got on your favorite or your best outfit. You feeling fly, you feeling really good about yourself. And we have been pre-programmed, friends, to spend money. Fletcher used to say this often on his Facebook show. We don't have a money problem, we have a spending problem. Now, I know that was true for me yesterday, but that may be true for many of you all who listening in today. I don't know. What say you, Fletcher?
Yeah, you have a consumer problem, you have a spending problem. That's a fact. We do have this, especially in our community. Like I said, what it is, we just don't know what to do with our money. You know what I'm saying? Money is currency. You know what I'm saying? Currency flow, current. It flows. It flows to different places. You deploy it to a place and it comes back, brings something back to you. You know what I'm saying? I heard the guy say, man, impregnate your money. You have little baby money, just keep having babies, keep having babies. So how you grow your money. You know what I'm saying? Think about a farmer. A farmer have an empty land and then he start planting seeds. Now that he had land and he had to go buy the seeds, he had to go get the water, he had to go work it and all that, and then it produced something. You know what I'm saying? It produced something and he made it sell it, give it, bring value to somebody. Somebody needs something, a product, and that product brings them money. You know what I'm saying? That product take care of his family. Matter of fact, that product that he planted that land, he started employing people, so it's bringing value that he hired people to work the land. You see how that work with everybody? You see what it does? The originated money bought the land. The original money bought the seed. The original money put water to it. You know what I'm saying? But it produced it more. That's capitalism at its finest. But if we just taking the money and we not producing enough with the money, just spending it, and you keep spending it, like we were talking about extraordinary say, it costs to go outside. If my wife get in that car, and especially if she getting there with my daughter, and they back up, I already know. Look at the credit card. And then she might have another credit card you hide. But it costs to be outside. But you know what? What if it costs if you had extra money coming in? What if you had some that residual income coming in because you got a product working for you? And that product is making you money while you sleeping, while you working. So helping your money is helping you while you sleeping. It's helping you while you sitting there and your wife and your family going out. It's helping you make more money. Not just you going out putting your physical labor down, but the investment, the thing that you don't put something in that you created, that's not God, and it's making money for you. And you're employing people. You bring in service, you bring in value. And then at the end of the day, you have something. When time get, like you say, you get older, you can sell it and retire and sit back, or go start something else, or leave something to your family, so they can do the same thing. Or you buy more. See, that's what money is. Not to buy things to wear on your butt or wear your shoe. See, that's what we do. We want to go to the store. We want to go out to eat. We want to take trips. We want to buy clothes. We want to buy jewelry. All those things are good. Well, imagine if the thing had a product and can pay for that thing, working together with you. That's the idea right there. And that's the thing. That's another thing that we weren't taught. You heard them say to become somebody. You have to become somebody. You that you have sitting right here, the down the Selena list, we cannot, well, all these dreams, the desire we have, the person we are now cannot go, can't get there. You got to pour something inside of you. You got to go learn. Like I said, if I'm building a house, I got to learn the product or how much the land gonna cost. Do I have to excavate the land? Who do I get to come to connect the city to the water, to the line, to the electricity, to what? How much wood? I got to learn that. What stage is it in? Who? You got to learn those things. But the person that now just said, I want to build me a house that don't know anything, but when it's all said and done, after I went through all that, I had to become something different. But it was just a thought before. And when somebody telling you these things, I get on there and talk, Mr. on there talking, you saying, well, I can't do that. I'm good. That's too much work. Ain't nothing wrong with me. You haven't did an inventory. You won't even look in the mirror and do a self-inventory on yourself.
Hmm.
And the thing, what it's all about is,
Yeah.
can I get better? How do
Yeah.
I be,
Yeah.
do, have? See, the blessing is that you wake up every day to be better than yesterday.
Yeah. That's right.
Be better, do better, have better. That's,
Yeah.
you get the ability to wake up the next day. See, what we doing, we focus on the past. You supposed to be looking for tomorrow. You came in, hey, I'm gonna be better. That relationship I had a year ago, I'm gonna be better today. That one I had, today, I'm becoming something better. I'm not pointing at what he did wrong, or what they did wrong, what the job did wrong. How I could, me and my wife to sit down and do mock interviews. And I would sit there and I used to say when I was first starting, see, that's a lack of education. And my wife would sit there and tell me, stop. She said, start over again. Why you not staring at the people? Put your hands straight, sit up. Going through these things, getting better. It's all about that growth. That we were talking about personal growth. And we don't spend enough time. We spend enough time looking at everybody else's life, wishing and hoping, but you don't see what they had to go to get to that person, become that person. And you're not willing to do the work when you find out, oh no, that's too much. I did step like them steps we just talked about. I did step 1 and 2. I didn't like 3 and 4. I didn't like that. That's that 3 and 4. I don't think we really need to add 3 and 4 to that. Do we have to do 3 and 4? I went to 5. You know, I did all right because I went to 5 and 6. Then when you get to it don't work. Then you go tell somebody else, well, it didn't work, girl. I tried that. Now you done hurt somebody else. No, you didn't try because you didn't want to do the whole thing. And that was that step 3 and 4 was look in the mirror, get inventory on yourself, telling you got to become something different. You got to do something different. See, you saying, well, I'm good, but what about your kids? They see, they hear, they touch. Everything you doing, they see it, they hear, and they touch it. And you thinking, I was telling my son, I say, son, the reason that you doing retail because I did retail. I didn't expand my oldest son. I didn't expand you no more. You saw that, and I'm telling you now, that's not the way. It's a better way. And now I'm trying to fight his subconscious, his in his mind to make him believe it's more than that. You have the ability to do way more than that. How much of your value? How much are you worth? Do you even know how much you worth? What are you willing to work with? How much you really can work when you go here in your life? I don't know that because you haven't sit down and wrote out and looked at the desire what you really want because you don't believe. See, what it is, most of us are going off behaviors. And now we're not going off our beliefs. See, we just trained up, just switching around from behavior to belief. You start believing, then you start acting accordingly, then you start behaving that way. See, that means you became somebody. But we're not willing to do that. I'm all right, that's too much work. I can sit here, look at my phone, and look at Netflix. I'm good. It's much easier to do that and say how much I love my kids, tell them, take me a trip, and it's cool. That's all I need. And that's why I say we don't know what abundance is. Because we won't go past the next level. We don't want to go past. We don't see what abundance is two mountains, just enough, and a big mountain, more than what you need. But to go to that mountain, you got to go in that valley. And you don't want to go in that valley because it's dark, it's wet, it's got mosquitoes, got all kind of things in that valley. You don't want to travel through that valley to get to you. Just enough. I'm cool, just enough. That's what it is. I'm sorry I went too long, but I'm saying that's it.
Man,
That's what it's about.
well, you may have to go. You may have to go a little longer because I have a question.
Go ahead. What is it?
How do how do we get someone to move from where they are to, let's say they've expressed to us, we know where they want to be, who they want to be, but how do we express to them or encourage them to make that switch, to make that turn. You
Well,
know, you feel what I'm asking?
I got exactly what you're saying. We encourage the people, but when a person not ready, no matter what you say, if they're not ready to renew their mind and change, it don't matter what we say. They not ready. They got to be ready. I was at the, like I said, some people got to be vocal. Some people got to hit rock bottom to say, you know what, I got it. But until they hit it, like because I done try to help a lot of people in my thing, and they gonna get to the point they gotta be saying, you know what, I am ready. And I'm talking about they gotta be ready to the point that and say, I don't, like I said, I tell that story. When I was at my lowest, I called my mom and I told my mom, I said, Mom, I'm ready to listen to you. Tell me what to do. I can't make it no more. I'm tired of living like this. And it get to the pinnacle. I love what she did. She say, I can't help you, son. I said, Mama, come on now. You've been wanting me to do this. You've been yeah, tell me what to do. I'm ready to listen. She said, I can't do it, son. He said, listen, if I tell you what to do, I'm gonna be telling you what to do for the rest of your life. You know what you need to do. She said, let's start out here. You know you don't like jail. You don't like. She said, start telling me all the things. And that's when I started right there. I know what I don't like. Let's just not do the things I don't. What cause me what I don't. But I was ready. You, the person that got to be ready to renew mind. You get to the point and say, I'm ready for change. I need this. I'm looking around. I'm doing in return. I'm tired of like this, and I believe I could deserve better. I know I deserve better. See, what we can do is there until then. Now, when they come, we can give them a full plan. We can sit down. We can say, okay, let's look at your money. Let's talk about your life. Let's get some counseling. They give a full out layout that you get. It's so much help out here, but it don't mean anything if you're not ready to do it. Because you got excuses at excuses at excuses. Your mind is not ready. See, they got to get your mind right. That's real. You got, and I'm telling you, that's the part. But let me say how easy it is. Let me show the hard part. The hard part is getting your mind right. But as soon as you get your mind right, it's explode. You surpass everything. Until you get your mind right, you've been stuck. Let me show you something. You've been stuck. You've been this and that. Soon as you desire, you say, this is what I want. I'm telling you, your five, let's just say, and I tell you the decade of sacrifice, but the problem is getting your mind right, and then the time go. Once you say you made a decision to get your mind right, it don't at the time you get it, it's a catapult. I'm telling you, like I say, when I got it, it was like a light bulb. Like I remember my brother, he kept talking to me, and he hit me in the back of the head on finances. It's like a light bulb came on, and I was willing to do whatever. He used to tell me, and I remember he used to say, hey, he would tell me something, then he said, okay, now go give me part of it. Now go read this right here. And I said, man, well, I gotta read. Just tell me. I don't want to read. He said, listen, you gotta know it your way, not my way. And to this day, I thank him because he was right. I had to go learn it my way. I had to go do the work. You heard what you said earlier. It's about doing the work. Are you willing? If you willing, you able. Are you willing to do the work? And people not willing to do the work. And I'm sorry to say that harsh. I mean, you got to do some work. And the work is you. You got to get your mind right. You got to renew your mind. And you got to believe this can happen. And I'm telling you, it can. But it would not happen until you renew your mind. Because you're gonna put the kids before you, you're gonna put your mom, you're gonna put the job, you're gonna blame people at the job, any little thing that is gonna be, see, I told you, look at that. I tried, that ain't right. And when you start saying it doesn't matter, because I'm gonna show you something. I tell my son that when you write that vision down, you write that, it substitutes everything. It doesn't matter what because that's why I say make it big and plain. When you write that down and you know and you start seeing it working, the job ain't gonna make you mad. They're the people at the job, but it's just a stepping stone. I'm here right now. I got a plan. I got a vision. So I need this to work. It doesn't matter what he say to me. It doesn't matter what they do to me. It don't matter. Hey, I know. I'm mad because see, most people are mad at the job because you have no way. I got them stuck. And that was me. I was at jobs that I hated. I was stuck and I was mad. And when I realized and I found it and I said, man, I got a plan. And it succeeds. Everything that I'm trying to put this here, I got my money working. My plan, I remember when I got my job and I said, me and my neighbors just talk about buying another house. I said, I want to get real estate. And I kept talking. I remember one day I told him, I said, I'm not talking no more. I said, I told the Most High, I said, in 10 years, I'm gonna have my own construction company. I'm gonna have this. I start telling them and start creating this stuff, and it took me out in 5. But I'm saying that I got in real estate before that. But it took me to say it, and then it took me to start doing the work. People don't want to say it because you've been lying to yourself so long. It haven't worked. You will stop. Time you hit a wall, you will stop. So now you're scared to tell yourself and tell the Most High. That's what it is. So no, long story short, you got to renew your mind. That person got to be ready. Until it just AA. You go to Alcohol Anonymous, they tell you the person they got the steps, but it don't matter. If you don't do the step, you ain't ready, it doesn't matter. You got to be ready and really believe. And I'm telling you, it's tools to get you out of any situation. I'm telling you it is. But you got to be ready to deal with you and getting yourself and knowing your mind and believing, change, stop living off your behaviors. That's why that's that personal development story there. We telling you what you was told as a child, what you would wipe all that. What happened in that marriage, what happened at the job, what happened with your parents. They told you to take that, bury it, put it in the bag, whatever, dig a hole in the yard and put it there. Have a barrier for it. Close it back up and say, this is who I am. And work on that every day, being, doing, having. And that's how they become it. And see, when you got it wrote out what you about to become, man, I'm telling you, the future's so bright. It don't matter what nobody gonna say. And I'm telling you this because I did it. I'm telling you this for me.
So you're saying they must be willing to work on themselves.
You gotta be a willing participant, and you gotta be to the point like as a child, you know the man, I don't know. I have, and I'm willing and humble. Let me say this about me, and I had to learn. I laugh about this now. Again, I give all praise to the Most High. When I meet people, somebody come into my life, I'm excited about what's going to happen. It's a reason they came into life. See, I'm always looking for abundance. I'm always looking for good. I'm not looking for no bad. So and I recognize what's good and bad. So when it comes into my life, I'm like, okay, what they coming for? Let me see what this is about. What I'm gonna learn from this. I'm ready to receive it. See, people say, you trust everybody. No, I trust the Most High. Because I already told the Most High what I wanted. I'm telling you, I done wrote this down. I'm detailed what I wanted. So for me to get, I can't get it. I don't have the capacity. I don't have the information. So what I said, what I want, it's got to be coming to me. I'm seeking it. And now when that person come, and I'm like, oh, look at that. Look at there. And I'm telling you, see, you said what you got when you're speaking what the affirmation, what is it called?
Affirmations.
Affirmation.
You're affirming what it is you want.
But let me show you deeper. But you got like you said I'm gonna say it. You got to recognize if you never had it. See, that's another problem. You don't recognize when it comes. See, that's another thing. So if I'm open to whatever comes, because I know my vision. I went in this, I laid in the bed, I changed the pictures, I did the walk. So when I know when it coming, when they speak on it, oh, that's it. That's who I've been looking for. How you doing? So you do what? Nice to meet you. Let me tell you. Matter of fact, let me tell you what. See, now let me tell you what I started doing. I don't think what they can do for me. I'm saying, how can what I can do for you? Because I already know what you can do for me because I done spoke to you, you told me. So now I got to figure out what can I do for you to benefit me and you. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. It ain't just affirmation. It's a whole nother level of this. But see, to understand this, you got to be a willing participant to become that person.
Mm-hmm.
But to go to that, you got to have a desire. You got to have a place that you want to get. If you're not a willing saying you want to get to somewhere, a belief that you want to get somewhere to become something, you just blowing in the wind. And see, a lot of us, like I said, I was talking one time. I say, man, people like, well, you know that lack mentality. You never know you can fall back where you were. Well, I said, I would never be back where I was. I landed on that island, an island I'm on now that I created, and I burned the ships. I took the sails. I built me a house on it. All the wood gone. I'm not never going back. I landed. I'm never going back. That person, I would never be that person again. See, I said that. I dare you tell me what I'm going to be. See that? No, I'm not going back to that. That would not happen to me again. I'm sorry. But I had to become. See, I was confident. I have became. I passed that, surpassed that. You can't put me in that box anymore. That's what you got to, and that take time. It may take a decade. It took me a long time because see, I had trust issues. It took me a long time because I was racist. Oh, white people can't do it. Oh, I don't trust them. But in my time, and when I start, it don't matter who, the Most High can see anybody. That person got what you need, and then you learn it. See, remember relationship, networking, all these things take a village. See, and that's what we had in the past. Community, village. We had that. It was all together. It's not meant for man or woman to be alone. We try to do things alone. And see, so when I started receiving, understanding that, hey, I ain't meet no strangers. Oh, people coming out, tell people all the time, talk to people, we talk, I say, well, how many white people you had in your house? Indians. What different race? Africans, Mexicans. I deal with all of them. I don't know who to all of them. I need to know all. I love the information. I love meeting. I want to learn the different cultures. I want to understand. I need understanding. And how they do things, how they handle money, how they relationship with their family. Man, I done learned how to my kids. I got a whole nother system of how I deal with my kids, how things work with money and family. It's a whole different way of doing things. It's just another way. If that way gonna get me to my vision, if that way gonna get me to what my desire, and I'm adding that way to the book. Thank you. I'll praise you. But we gotta be a willing participant and become. It takes time to become this person. It takes time to become that, and that when you become that person, it's nothing can get in your way. Nothing can stop you. Only you. When you realize that, only you can stop you. Because opportunities, I tell people, lack and
That
is
that
traveling
that
in the
is
same
that
way.
is the point, but that is the point. That is the point that we try to drive on this platform is when you work on and becoming you, when you find you yourself
Mm-hmm.
and work on you, that's a full plate in and by itself.
Mm-hmm.
You have enough work to work on right there
Yep.
until you really don't have room or time to be wondering what they saying about you on the left or what they doing about you on the right because you got so much junk, you got so much stuff you need to fix from the way you used to be, the way you used to think, the things you used to do. You got some things that need repairing, and I think that's what I hear you saying right now.
And I'm also, let me say this story now, because y'all, when you become that person, as that person, and other people start saying something about you, and they start telling you about you, and when you become that person, you start receiving that. You're not getting offensive. You start saying, "Hey, I appreciate that. I need to work on that." See, I
That's
welcome that because I want to get. See, when somebody
that's
starts, see, now you had to, oh, that talking about me. They going to what about no? But when you start
no
getting that becoming, you start because you don't see it. You want
right.
somebody to see. Oh, okay, I thank you. That's something I've been doing. I didn't notice that. I
Good
appreciate.
feedback.
Yep, good feedback.
That's right.
Mhm.
That's right. Friends, if y'all enjoying this show, this is the world premiere Word on the Streets. We come on every Thursday at 7:30 Central Standard Time. We would love to have you all join us and be a part of this community. Selena in the chat room, man, she's blowing it up. Selena, we see you, we feel you, we love you. Ladiana back there too. They are always here supporting us. And we know there are many, many others out there that listening to us as well. But Fletcher and I would love no more than to have you all help us grow our community. We're talking about the value of money, but the point we're driving home more than ever before, friends, that it's not really, it's not all about the money. Although this world system we live in would have you to believe that it is all about the money. Money is a byproduct. What's important, friend? You. No, you. Yes, you right there. You are important. Your thoughts, how you see yourself, how you think about things, your relationships. You are important. When you get you right, all these other things will be added to you, including money. Go ahead on, my brother.
Yeah, and I want to talk to the mothers because the single mothers, they love their children. You know, they love for their children different than a father love. You know, we here to teach. I would say my opinion, but as you grow, as you get better, you know, your kids they seeing it, they hearing you, and they get to touch you. So if you do these things, your cup gonna overflow into them because they watching you. So people like, well, I gotta do this for my kid. No, the best thing for you to do for your kids is get you together. The best thing for the kid is how your character, how you act, how you walk, what you doing, because they watching. So the first thing to do, you cannot, like they said, you get on a plane and the mask, what they tell you, put your mask on first. Put your mask on and represent yourself so your kids know how to represent themselves. That's what it is with that. And that's another thing we got to work on because the kids are way important to us. And you just once your cup is full, then it start overflowing into them because they watching you and they're gonna have relationships. They gonna start acting like what they learn from you. So that's the daily thing that me and my wife, we know we have our problem, we have our issue. You know, even when we like say we go get in the argument, we get in the truck and leave the house, and we got to go discuss it because we know how they watching us. You know what I'm saying? Even if we have a disagreement, we're gonna explain something to our kids why. You know what I'm saying? You know, when we grew up, they weren't explaining nothing to us. You know what I'm saying? You do as I take. But how you expect them to have, remember, we talked about relationship. That's one of the pillars, networking relationship. So your relationship starts in your home. Your relationship start being, so they're watching you, how you interact with people, how you talk with people, that's the first line of defense. So yeah, that's very important too. So it's just a master class, man, on ways, you know, to get better, the person to grow. Me and Extraordinary, we done gave a master class. Like I said, we got to get us a Patreon, start put stuff behind
Man,
the wall, you know what
wasn't this a great show, friends?
I'm saying? Yeah, we
Wasn't
got
this fan? And like always, brother Fletcher was on fire. Man, we appreciate you. I appreciate you, and I know this community appreciate you as well. Friends, this come to the end. If y'all going, oh, not over, yes, we come to the end, friends. But we promise you, we will be back Thursday at 7:30 Central Standard Time.
is somebody
Again,
else on the screen, or I'm just, oh, that's me.
no, that is a coming man. Selena been really blowing us up.
Yeah,
Yeah, they see and they hear y'all. I love
yeah.
it. Love you, Ladiana. Very awesome. They loving it. And look, we know that you all who are watching us, y'all enjoying it too. All we ask is that you all share this good news, this good information,
Hit the
because
like
it needs
button.
to be heard. What you say, Fletcher?
Tell them to hit the like button, man. Get the subscribers up to get them notification. Go ahead, Short. I'm sorry.
No, man, that's right, brother. Man, you know when it come to you speaking, man, you like E.F. Hutton, bro. Everybody listen.
I just thought, you know, I'm sorry, I just started going, just running my mouth. But like you said, we passionate about this. It's important, man. And like we talk about all the time, Short. Now we say just turning that frequency, turning the dial, just turning the dial a little bit to the right frequency, man. It will change your life, and that's what we're about changing. But you got to
That's
be
right.
ready. Yeah.
That's right. Uh, as he said, we are just two passionate men. He's
Yeah.
definitely passionate in that financial world, and I'm definitely passionate, as you all know, about our mind, our thoughts, person development. We need them both, right?
Oh yeah.
We definitely need them both. You got to have it both because we want to win. It's all about winning at the end of the day. Thank y'all again for tuning in. Can't wait to be back with y'all next Thursday at 7:30 Central Standard Time. If it'll take us out of here. Seem like we having a problem with the internet connecting our closing song. Anyway, we're gonna get out of here. and we'll see y'all next Thursday. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone.